Hello and welcome. We're gonna talk about reference planes as you see here in the family. Reference planes are actually the structure of your family. So if you don't know how they work, your families will fail and it will be very annoying to make them. So I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks so you can master your reference planes to make as good as possible families. So let's get straight into it. So the first tip that you have, right here you see a bunch of reference lines. When you select one, you can set its reference. Right here you can set its reference and you have different choices. Not a reference, strong reference, weak reference, and then the basic ones: front, right, left, center, center back, front, and all the ones. So you can set these. Why you will do that before, like here is a center one. This is not a reference. You really want to set it to center, left, and right, and right here to center, front, and back. Same with this one. You can set to left, and this to right. So later on in the family, when you're modeling a door, you can quickly know which reference line you need because you gave the reference as reference code. So that's the one trick. Now we go on to the next. So the next tip is not only you can set the reference, you can also name the reference. Right here with entity data, you see you can set a name, and already you see the subcategory. That means which reference line you drawn right here. So for example, the is reference is right here. You can see left. You can also name it left if you want, and also for this one you can name it right. But for example, if you are over modeling something in the middle, like here, you have here our void. You can select this reference line and also set another name, not left or right, but you can set void and then my typing. Right, right. So you see if you select the reference line, you see that the name appears right here. You can also change the name also by here, click to name. That's the same part, and we will use it back, enter, and you see right here the name is also appearing right here. So you can name your reference lines to whatever you want, so you know which one it is. Well, keep in mind, the more reference lines and parameters you have, the heavier your family gets and the heavier your project gets, because he needs to communicate with all the reference lines which you give parameter from. So keep that in mind. Don't or don't use too much reference planes in your family. Only use when you really need them. So keep that in mind. So the next step that I will give you is you can use reference planes as dimension lines. So for example, I will draw a reference plane right here and draw another reference plane right here. And for example, you have here not a reference, and right here also not a reference. Okay, that's not a problem. I will change this, or already it's a weak reference. And I will put another one right here. I will select one and create a similar one right here. And I will also let it be like weak reference. And I will load it in a project right here. Voila. I will place it on this floor. And right now I will use my dimension tool. And you will see I can select here dimension, but for the reference line right here that I've drawn, I can select also for a dimension. Then I go back to the center. Then right here I have another reference line that I set to weak reference, and right here I have another reference line that I set to weak reference. So that's handy, so you can put dimensions on it. Now I'm gonna delete the dimensions. Also, if you want a distance between a wall, a fixed distance, well, not a problem. You can use the align tool right here to the wall. Voila, and then you hover over your reference line and also automatically say that it's a weak reference and the name of it. So click align, and voila, it's aligned properly from the distance. So the next step that we are going to do is we have here our weak reference and right here also. So we're gonna set those to not a reference. So right here we're gonna set it to not a reference. Voila. Then load it back into the project. Override existing version. Now we're gonna try to dimension it. So we have ear dimension, center and back. But now you see I don't have the reference lines that I have as a weak reference because you don't see them. Right here, this is still the, it's not a reference, sorry, this is not a reference. Right here you see it's still a weak reference and I can still put dimensions on it. And that's the difference. So the next step is the difference between a weak reference and a strong reference. So a weak reference, so we go to the family from the weak reference. Right here, the back one is a weak reference. And we go to the other family. Oh, we'll set it to color so you see it. This family is a strong reference. So load it both of them to the project. So we're gonna first do the weak reference. So if you align it with a weak reference to the wall, the whole family moves to the wall. If you do it with a strong reference, the family will stretch itself to the walls because the strong reference has priority over the dimensions. And that's the difference between a strong and a weak reference line. So the next step is that you can set some reference lines where the origin point will be. For example, right here in this family, the origin point is on the left corner, and the origin point here in this family is as always is to the center line, so the origin point will be in the center line. But you can change that. So for example, I will go to the family from the origin point on the left corner. So right here, so how do we see that where the origin point is? Well, if you click on this reference line, right here you see defines origin and the box is checked. And you can select another dimension, and right here you see define origin is off. But you can change the origin by reference line. Just keep in mind, you always need one vertical and one horizontal as a defines origin. But if you change it back to the center, right here, we're going to change it back to the center, check the box. The original defines origin line will be gone. So you don't need to worry about if you have two defines origins. Revit won't let you do this. So I will set it back to define origin. So keep in mind that you always need one vertical and one horizontal. So that means how you how the origin defines your family. So for example, right here, this is in the center, and I will change it to the left corner like this one. So for example, so we see right here, this is defined as origin, and also the horizontal is defined as origin. So we also need one vertical and one horizontal. Well, that's not a problem. So we're gonna select this one left, and we're gonna check this box here, define origin, check this box, voila, apply, and so you see this one is gone from the center and left. Now we're gonna do the same, not this line, but right here. So we can set it again, defines origin, voila, it's done, and it's automatically gone for this reference line. So we're gonna load it into the project again, and now we see how it will behave. So we're gonna vote existing line. Voila, you see how the family moved to the origin point that we want. And that's how it works. So I will move it back to where it was. And now, what is also handy on origin point, if you change the dimension right here, I will change it to 100, 100, and voila, see, it will keep his origin point, and it will move the dimensions from this to this side and from this to this side. Again, for the center one, as you already know, it will be evenly split. So voila, that's how origin points behave. So the next step is to give some different colors to your reference planes. Like for example, if you see here, I have a lot of different colors, like here, some different color, purple, blue, red. Well, if you have a big family, it's always handy to have different colors and also dimensions lines to be a different colors. So I will show you how to do that. So I will create a reference plane right here, just draw one, voila. And then you click on the reference plane itself, and right here on the ribbon you see subcategory, you click on it and then create a new subcategory. I didn't click correctly. So, and then it gives you directly a name, so you will name it cool. Voila. So this one is already here loaded in. We can give it a color, we're gonna do it magenta, and also you can give a line to it. I will leave it as solid so you guys can see it clearly. Voila. And see how the color is different. Then I'm gonna create similar, voila, like this. And if you are saying, I don't like this line, I want a dash line or dot line, you go to VV and then right here to object styles, then you go to annotation objects, and right here with reference lines you have your reference planes. So you're gonna select this one and then you're gonna go to dash and click apply. Okay, and voila, you see how it changes it to dash. So for the dimension it's the same, so you're gonna go dimension and just go like this, whoppa, and just equal, and this also, voila. But you don't like it, or you just want another color, the same color of dimension, very simple. You click on the dimension, then you go to edit type, then you go to duplicate right here, and then you use it, voila. Then you go right here, you have the color, then change it to magenta, voila, click apply, okay, and voila, it's the same color as the reference planes that you created. Same for this one, you just select, go right here to the ribbon, El Magenta, and voila, that's how you easily create a reference line. And when you have done the same thing as I do, and you say, oh, I don't like it to do it every time again and again, don't worry. Right here you can also make a template for it, so you have already your reference lines, dimensions, and you can get ready and start immediately without doing the other stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you liked it and it was very helpful. Like, share and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye bye.